good everybody, Robett here. We are back in action, and what started out as me and Brett having one quick wine has now turned into a full four-person interview. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us who you are, what's going on, and what's happening here. Go.
So we're Progressive. We're a team of three young women.
Awesome women.
Awesome women. Cheers to that. We are all from different backgrounds, different experience, done some world travel, and we're all settled back home now. And we're basically trying to find a solution to an issue that is near and dear to us, I suppose.
Very cool. So Bianca, tell us, what is the issue?
So basically, the problem is, in today's day and age, with how global we've become, how much travelling we're doing, we're all living in different cities, different countries, we're finding it hard to maintain those long-term relationships, whether it be with mum, whether it be with boyfriend or friends, really close friends of ours. How do we keep that relationship nurtured? That's the main problem that we've identified.
Which is essentially saying social media has enabled us to be the most connected of all time, yet we're probably feeling the most disconnected.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
it's gone,
basically, we're pretty keen and eager to start and create a platform that I suppose socially, like on your phone or any sort of app or desktop computer or whatever, it prompts you to get connected with those people that you hold near and dear. So what it's getting you to do is it's popping up on your phone and saying, hey, send mum a text, you haven't talked to her in 2 weeks, tell her something that happened this week that's cool. And that's immediate brownie points with mum. The same thing with the friends that, I've got best friends who are living over in London and things like that. And you always say, like, a quick message, hey, we should Skype soon. You never do. I put her in my top 10 people I always want to get in contact with, and she pops up and it says, hey, Skype call this friend, and it reminds me. And
the classic is if you're out and about, it's like, oh yeah, we should catch up sometime.
yeah, but are they your actual mates?
Well, yeah, sometimes, but then exactly the point is then it always gets busy and everyone gets chaos, right?
Yeah.
So tell us through, like, what is the product? What is the thing? What is the, we get
the theme is basically depth versus width. So it's taking that idea and putting it into an app or a platform, and it comes up as a prompt in a message format to your phone or your smartphone or your device.
So how does it work? I sign in. Do I choose? Like how?
You sign in with us. It's free to sign in. You then select your top 10. At the moment, it's free. We're still discussing this stuff. We're still in the so you pick your top 10 contacts. So maybe you don't have to pick 10, but the limit is 10 because we're wanting to really connect with our close friends here. Mm-hmm. Social media, you have 1,000 friends, but they're not all your real friends. So we're limiting it to 10. You select who they are, and then the app works for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
You say if it's mum, you say if it's cousin.
So having different categories,
you have
right?
different categories.
So,
exactly. If it's grandma, like we've already had some pretty cool feedback of friends who are like, it actually plays on my mind that I don't actually call my grandma much. So
because you could personalise that out as well. So it's like click mum, you put in their birth date, so it's going to prompt you for that. It's got Mother's Day, it's got all that sort of stuff that's going to come up as opposed to
anniversaries.
It's a full CRM management system for your personal relationships.
And I suppose the other thing is then
soundbite. Write that down.
There we go.
Oh, Monique Gibson says, "Did the ladies not want a wine?" It's actually a fair point.
Chivalry is dead, Monique.
But I think the key is that it is free to subscribe because we want to build our platform, but there's options to upgrade. So if you want to get rid of the ads, if you want to have more features, we're discussing those things now. We're going to start charging.
Because you could probably, like, if you've got if you've got mutual friends, that sort of stuff, like there's probably an opportunity to link events and that sort of stuff. Because obviously,
one of the add-ons we did think of was that a vicinity alert. If your friend's in the warehouse and you're across the road, it'll alert you. Connect with your friend, she's just across the road. So that's an add-on that we're thinking to charge for.
That's as well, I suppose, technically your top 10 closest, your closest friends who you do actually, you talk to anything about and all of this, you discuss anything with them, they should be the people you feel comfortable to just turn up at their house. So this sort of connection, it's like, or say if they're sitting at a cafe, there shouldn't be a problem with you walking in and just being like, hello, and keeping everyone comfortable with those sort of random spare of the moment drop-ins, because everyone now is so afraid of interrupting each other's time for business or this and that, where it's like really a sporadic cup of tea.
I guess the biggest question is, it's a cool idea, that sort of stuff. How do you make any money?
Yeah,
so our goal is to, 1, advertising for the free version, 2, subscription-based for upgrades and no advertising, and 3, we're wanting to build our audience so that we can sell it to a bigger company.
So it'll be a freemium play plus exit.
Yeah, exit. Yeah.
Very cool. And so is there a question you want to ask everyone? You've obviously have you validated it? So if anyone watching...
Well, we have started, but if anyone else wants to give us their input on this idea, we do have a link that we'll send to Robett.
Yeah, just tag it up,
and basically you can give us some information to help us with our validation.
Yeah, any feedback, any ideas, you know, if this is something that you would desperately want and need, like... If you could have the best of the best premium platform from us, how much would you want to pay for that? Yeah. You can't put a cost on epic friendships.
Exactly, yeah. So the question would be, would you pay for a customised personal relationship management tool or system or platform?
Yeah.
And then yes or no?
Yeah.
So that's the question. I want everyone to either comment yes or no.
Yeah.
And then the next one would be, and how much would you want to pay for it?
Yeah.
What would you pay for it?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit more old school. I kind of like to think that I catch up with my friends quite a lot.
Well, you know what? I said is, because what I actually said to them was like, you know, you have Facebook and you have everyone, like you have like thousands of friends or hundreds or whatever. But then when it's the inner circle, we have a boysies chat, right? So, but it was boysies. But it was the point that the actual bit to get closer connection wasn't actually on that platform. When that platform was built for those interactions, and that's quite an interesting dynamic, right?
It's all about how many friends you have and how many contacts and connections is what is, I suppose, socially what makes you who you are or whatever. But it's reining it in to.
And I guess our early adopters are those ones who are abroad and travelling. So this really stemmed from a pain that both Rachel and Karla felt when they were abroad. They were in long distance relationships,
and old chestnut.
So it was like you forget to contact them, you forget to keep in touch, and then the relationship isn't nurtured. So it's kind of stemmed from that, and we figured actually it's the same for mum, it's the same for friends. All of those relationships are really important, and if you're so busy in your bubble, this is a prompt to kind of help you. And even Rachel, one of the people who work at Soda, said she's had a situation where one of her family members is upset with her because she forgets to stay in touch. So I think it's different for different people, but I think we do have a market.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we've kind of like talked about even, you know, where it could move into that, you know, some people struggle with saying something a bit deeper, or they struggle with making those connections and knowing what questions to ask to get a good response from someone. So
I think
that would be
probably something
prompts.
in that, because I mean, I think in terms of a a prompt and that sort of stuff like that, it's essentially you're just talking about a CRM system, right? But you'd market it, but you'd tailor it to being more personal than
we want to add the empathy to it.
I suppose where you could, I guess, add more value is that it's kind of ring mum. Her favourite flower is this, her perfume is this, ask her about this. I don't know, she's just maybe being able to link into Facebook or something to say she's just had a weekend at Taupo. Something
Message
like that.
her, ask her about Taupo.
A bit of a cheat sheet of stuff to talk about.
That's what. A cheat sheet of notifications, so it pops up. And
I like that.
Part of the concept as well is, you know, where it's come from is millennials and how, you know, there's a big massive issue of like, I suppose millennials and how everyone's so absorbed and self-absorbed in their phones and their own little bubble of their world, and it's all what it's happening now and then just to them. They're not thinking of who else and what else is happening to them. So,
but also their new normal is potentially actually in that bubble which isn't connected out. So they don't not only know any difference, but we probably know what it was like just a little bit before the cell phone, and then with smartphones and social media.
So we even before that.
Or the black and white telephone or the whatever. But don't you think, to that exact point, if you've got, it's just the self-validation that how relationships were when it was like looking in the eye, shaking the hand, whatever, to then now it's totally different. But when they're coming up and it's just purely in that landscape, it's actually going to be almost like the recognition of how it used to be and how to plug that back into the
it's the first step.
Exactly right.
That's where it initially started with idea of the prompts, because the long distance relationship thing is basically it gets so stale constantly saying, hey, how was your day, and things like that. There has to be something, how's things good, yeah, whatever, but there has to be something that can spark something to be like, that's right, that's why I miss you. So if it is a question that says, it prompts me to say, hey, tell X, what's your favourite memory of a camping trip you did once? And then you go, hey, remember that time we did this? And it brings it back. Relatable to friendships, relatable to mum, relatable to grandma, but
to amplify
all sorts.
Yeah. Daily Mayor says, Mum has recently been looking at this item online. Want to buy it for her as a gift. Very cool.
Like as in a product that they've been looking, of something like this. You mean?
I don't think the item was the wine. I don't know.
Yeah. The brand is.
Love it. No, it's I just thought it was interesting because it's literally no one's addressed depth in personal relationships utilizing tech as the enabler to amplify connection. That's interesting.
Yeah,
because it's probably almost
sounds like that one.
a bit counterintuitive, right? Like you shouldn't use technology to catch up. We should be doing it in person, right?
Yeah, so
and
that's
before
why
phones, you used to,
Yeah.
Because if you wanted to talk to your mate, you had to go and find them.
that's that's where it's like, I suppose there's other ideas out there that some of the mentors have mentioned of the best solution is shutting it off completely. You know, like not having any Wi-Fi capability, so you have to talk to people face to face. But in this situation, it's there. Yeah. It's going to keep happening.
And it's a way, I think, everyone's so reactionary to technology as their new world that it's having to work with it instead of against it.
Yeah.
It's like the naivety of like, oh, technology is bad. So no, well, how do you work with it? Because I think the intent of everyone with those relationships is right.
Yeah.
But
it's not meaningful.
It can't be meaningful to everyone if they perceive friendship to be 1,000 friends and 1,000 likes, opposed to 3 buddies that you could. So my one is on my thing is like, whose house could you go and knock on the door at 3 in the morning and not feel bad about it?
Exactly.
It's the difference between like, oh hey what's up on the street, to like, hey handshake bro shake boysies. You know, it's
and being able to keep that bro connection alive, even if you're on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
So what other ways are you thinking? So how would this work practically from this point? Like, because you know, like how does it sort of? What are the sort of next steps from here? Like tonight you've got. Is it the deadline's at 10:30?
Yeah, the draft.
Yeah, so we're just now working through our land canvas to try and nail down our business model and also our financials. We've done a bit of validation, but still open to more of that.
Just as much of that we can get, which is...
So really tonight we're trying to get those draft deliverables nailed and then hopefully get some feedback tomorrow to further refine. Yeah.
So who's your I mean, I would have thought, just thinking about it now, it's probably you want it to kind of explode, right? So you need to have a decent chunk of money to have a reasonably cool marketing campaign. And because everything's online, you want a real digital marketing campaign. And it's probably maybe a really good way of targeting it, especially in this country, is probably high school leavers, because they're all going to go boom all over the. I mean, I know when I left high school, everyone went to universities all over the place. Kind of
you leave high school and you're not that big of a deal. You go to a big pool of people.
Everyone zooms all over the place, and then sort of from there, it's kind of you do your OE type thing once university's finished, and then it's kind of you come back, get married, get kids. It's all just different parts of it, but it's kind of. That's probably a good starting point. And by that stage, everyone's pretty tech savvy. They've got cell phones. You know what I mean? And if that's kind of their way of doing it from there on, but I mean, you need to kind of explode into the market to have something pretty big. So then you could got something to sell advertisers, and then once it takes off, then you can monetize it in some
and I think
the
one to maybe also look at is look at the pricing structure with how the cloud-based platform subscription as a service for businesses work, and then see how they actually price it. And then the reality is, there's, say in New Zealand, I don't know how many businesses there are compared to ratio for population, but if you worked out that population, if you knew that you would try to double out, you could potentially work back your pricing to make it at an even price point. Like, if there's, you know, if it's $30 a month for this and there's this many businesses, does that mean if you try to get every single person on it, do you have to come in at, you know, an eighth of that price or whatever it is? There's probably a conversation around that as well, because if it was priced at the same level of businesses, but there's only a certain amount of business to people, you probably wouldn't. And then the other piece I think is on top, which is also interesting, if you could sync up in real time with people, is what other potential affiliate marketing opportunities you could have around ticketing or events or food or just like the actual experience piece. It's like Airbnb's got a thing, right? Called share thing. You've got your shared economy accommodation piece, and there's also the experiences around it as well. And there might be a thing as a further down the track of what it could be. I'd use it. I'd use it. And I don't know if it fully exists to the same level.
Like we have done some research into some of the same sort of CRM management relationship systems, but they're all related to business relationships.
Yes, it's not personal.
And the only slight overlap of personal relationships is it looks for like inorganic connections based on your social media activity.
And your
so
algorithm.
those aren't necessarily those people. Like coming away from this weekend, we've been sending links backwards and forwards, and it's gonna go. That's your heat, like that's your person you need to connect with all the time.
But really,
but it's following social media, like your activity on that, which isn't coming back to the like organic roots of
where you select. You select who your.
It's not a realistic.
It's not the algorithm selecting it for you.
Which actually goes the other way instead of it being.
But you could use that to give you a guideline, right? Because there's a good chance that it's going to be pretty close.
But after you pick it, you could then go and use those
the algorithm to connect
of that to be able to pull in what's relevant.
So we're still going to be using the machine thinking in the app for that prompting the messages and things and what kind of messages you're prompting. But as far as the selection of your top 5 friends, we want it to be really personal.
Yeah, sure.
That's that's completely
organic.
Have you done any research into what is the average amount of the inner circle for the average human?
How many people in your inner circle?
We
should do that. We haven't.
Well, they always call it the top 5. Is it the top 5, right? Who's the... But I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's any... Surely there's got to be proof.
Some research out there.
The research out of the average number of people that they would deem as their closest friends, which would be their circle. And I don't know if it's... and the other thing is there's probably going to be a differentiator between men and women circles. And I'm sure the woman's, I'm imagining, is probably maybe a little bit bigger than the boys. Is like my best mate is Steve. I don't know, whatever. Like it might be
Steve.
Not Steve.
Yeah, some of the personalised feedback we're getting from most of the guys is, I don't know if you go do the survey, you'll see the line of questioning that we're doing to help, I suppose, prompt the conscience of it all. But what we're kind of getting personalised from guys is that it's more. The conscience is there of feeling guilty for not getting in touch with someone, but it's more of like a family member person, like grandma or an aunt, people like that. It's not necessarily like the boys because there's constant banter there. But I suppose if it was a prompt with someone who needs your help, needs some support at a certain time, that's where a different emotive questions pop up or something like that.
Well, the danger one with that is in business context, I don't know if it's probably the same for you, but I call it a 3-month mate. If your phone rings and you see a name and you haven't talked to them in 3 months, what's going to happen is we're like, hey, how's things? Yep. So, and what they're going to do is ask for something. And that happens in business the whole time when really sometimes you actually do have a good relationship with them, but because everyone gets busy, this and that, and that kind of loses it out.
So this helps facilitate that.
It's going to, but on a relationship, personal level. Because sometimes
you're broke,
if you go on your OE for 2 years and you come back and you see your best mate, it's just straight back like you're into it.
Yeah. Preventing alienation.
The anti-alien. So are you going to put a link below for anyone watching that can go to the survey?
Definitely.
We'll do that.
Cool.
We'll do that now.
Very cool. Any other feedback from you, Bretty?
No, sounds like a cool idea.
Wish us luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Hope we win.
Good luck, team. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.